Kendall Jenner faces major backlash for her Pepsi ad.
Demi Lovato talks about making an R-rated Camp Rock 3.
What? And Kim Kardashian transforms into the evilest queen we've ever seen.
All that and more on today's Rundown.
This episode of DHR is brought to you by NHTSA, reminding us that if you're texting, you're not driving. I don't know about you guys, but I have been waiting a very long time for some new Kemojis.
Me too. But even more important, where in the world is Taylor Swift? As you know, Taylor Swift has been MIA, leaving a blank space in all of our hearts. Yes, I did that. All right, a source tells ET that Swift, quote, has been busy working on her upcoming album.
Yay!
Well, according to the source, the singer has been figuring out what the sound and feel of her new album is going to be and whether or not she wants to continue in the pop genre that she did with her last album, 1989, or she might possibly return to her country roots. So the source did note that Swift's next big album is expected to drop by the end of the year. And Swift has been staying closer to home, spending time in Nashville, Tennessee, where the singer was recently spotted driving around just last week. So apparently she goes there to get away from the paparazzi, breathe, and live her life a little bit. I feel like she already knows what the sound of her next album is going to be, because I feel like it's probably already done. It's just getting finishing touches, even if she is releasing towards the end of the year. But I think she finally realized she needed to step back and be out of the press for a hot minute before she releases something. Because I love Taylor Swift, but it was too much. It was her every single day. I needed a break, so when her album comes out, I can be excited.
Yeah, exactly. Refreshed and excited about it. I actually hope that she does go back to country a little bit. Maybe not every song, but I feel like country can be done in a pop way. I mean, we've seen Beyonce do it on her album. We've seen Lady Gaga do it on her album, and maybe not the whole album is country, but I'd love to have a couple of like country flair songs, because that's how I knew and loved Taylor Swift in the beginning, and I miss that part of her. Plus, this whole pop world, only existing in that world is stressful. All the drama and the tea and the shade that gets thrown every day. The country world is not like that.
She'll be in that world regardless, but I do think, like you said, with Beyonce and Lady Gaga having flares of country on their album, it is hip again, so why wouldn't she?
Okay, yesterday we told you guys that Kendall Jenner partnered with Pepsi for this huge kind of social campaign. It was about a 3-minute long video. It was really well done, I thought. Kendall Jenner is kind of like in this photo shoot, and there's this massive protest happening around her with all these young, diverse group of people walking the streets peacefully, protesting, and she sees them and gets inspired by them, so much so that she rips her wig off and her lipstick off, and she joins the movement. Thanks to Pepsi, she actually walked up to a police officer who seemed to be peacefully just watching and doing his job, and she hands him a Pepsi in hopes to unite them all around one cause together.
Which I thought they were trying to reenact that famous moment where the little girl was handing a police officer something from way back in the day.
Yeah.
But then it took a weird turn when everyone started cheering for her handing the cop a Pepsi.
Oh.
And then Twitter freaked out.
Got it. Oh my gosh, you guys, Twitter went crazy over this. They are not happy about it. Some people feel that this ad appropriates the resistance and the Black Lives Matter movement, and fans on social media are so mad. And one civil rights activist, DeRay McKesson, tweeted out, "If I had carried Pepsi, I guess I never would have gotten arrested. Who knew?" Then Pepsi responded to the backlash, defending the ad, saying, "This is a global ad that reflects people from different walks of life coming together in a spirit of harmony, and we think that's an important message to convey." Some celebrities have also reacted to this, you guys. Stephen Colbert says, "This Pepsi ad is so unrealistic. These protesters would have been Dr. Pepper sprayed." Piers Morgan said, "The new Pepsi ad with Kendall Jenner is some word that I can't pronounce. Diabolical, absurd, PC crazed, virtue signaling snowflake claptrap." Wow, there is a lot to unpack there. I don't know, I hate that we live in a society where every single thing is so micro-analyzed.
Right.
I feel like you almost have to look at a brand or a person's intentions. Right. I think it's so easy to look at anything anyone does and be offended by it somehow.
I think what we've learned from controversy in the past, though, is that somebody's intention isn't always what's most important. It's how people receive it. Like when Giuliana Rancic had that huge backlash, she was like, I didn't intend for that to happen, but it was received differently. And because it was received differently, I have to apologize for that. And when I watched the ad, I actually didn't think anything of it the first time around. And then when I saw Twitter blowing up, I was like, oh, actually, maybe they shouldn't have done that. I see why people were freaking out, but at the same time, I don't think Kendall Jenner, Pepsi, all the people that work at Pepsi, it's a huge brand. I don't think they were doing this thinking, oh, we're gonna pull one over on them. They wouldn't want to harm their brand in that manner, and nor would Kendall Jenner.
But don't you think our society is demanding brands and people step up and do things more meaningfully? But then when brands and people try to do that, then everybody's mad at them for doing it. It's almost like a lose-lose situation. And I feel like this may not have been perfectly done, but I think in the grand scheme of things, this is kind of a step towards being more socially aware and speaking to things that matter, even if people didn't always agree with it. Like, I feel like something in this vein is what people want. They want diversity. They want to show that we can stand out and stand up against the system if that's what we feel passionate about. I think those messages are in there. I just don't think it was done exactly the way people wanted it to be, but I don't
agree.
know.
It was a step. They were trying to make a step in the right direction. However, that backfired against them in a weird way, and I really get where both sides are coming from. I agree with you. I think like this is something that brands should be trying to do. They are trying to empower people and encourage people.
Yeah.
But I guess this one was
But
just
I think
kind of
this
a
is going
fail.
to keep brands from doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
that's the sad part, is that the backlash that it got, I think it's going to keep brands
now
from
they'll
wanting
play
to
safe
do it.
rather than risking the opportunity.
Trying to stand out and do something different. So I don't know. It's not really a win-win for anyone, I think.
All right, Erin, Kim Kardashian has partnered with Pat McGrath, and she is transformed into an evil queen. Plus, Homegirl has released new Kimojis.
Is there a new butt one?
Well, there's a butt floaty.
Oh.
Like for the summer. So first up, she did pair with legendary makeup artist Pat McGrath, like I said, to try her newest makeup. It shows Kim wearing the darky, smoky eye makeup with silver glittery accents, promoting her new Dark Star 006 makeup kit. Now, I'm not sure if it's 006 or 006, but you get it.
I got it.
This ad is appropriately set to the tune of Kanye's Street Lights song, and Kim told E! News, I've never actually done an eye like this. It's glossy and sparkly and dramatic. I really loved it. I've been dressing down so much lately. This was a fun treat to get all glammed up and play with makeup. So, like we did say before, there are new Kimojis. Let me break down what she released. So they're here just in time for Coachella. We have an eggplant emoji, some pool floaties, a flower crown, selfie, festival passes, flasks, mushrooms, and more. Like I said before, there is other merch that isn't just Kimojis, the pool floaty that's available for $98 that we're gonna put on our wish list for the summer.
Oh, we are.
Well, why not?
Actually, I feel like you'd look really good sitting on top of that Kim Kardashian butt.
Wait, it's gonna be a Grammy of mine in probably 2 weeks from now.
Okay, subscribe, follow. All right, Demi Lovato, she was on Ellen chatting about all kinds of things. She introduced us to her new puppy. She talked about cussing. There's a lot to unpack here, so I'm just gonna break it down.
Ooh, unpack, I like that.
Unpack it. So she was there to promote her new movie, A Smurf's Lost Village. Like I said, she showed off her new pup, Cinderella, who is like a Morky mix, so cute. She also chatted about her boyfriend, you guys, saying, I'm very happy, life is very good. She also dished on her and the Jonas Brothers considering making an R-rated version of Disney's Camp Rock as a third film. And what she said was pretty surprising.
I hear that you are going to make a new version, a more R-rated version?
Yeah.
Is that right? An R-rated?
So we want to come out with like an R-rated Camp Rock 3.
It's a good idea.
Thanks.
That's a really good idea.
All of our fans have now grown up.
Grown up.
And so anybody that watched Camp Rock is now older and can appreciate like an American Pie version.
So you'll be cursing in this?
I think so, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
So important to note here, she did not say this was actually happening, but the way she spoke about it and her energy and the charisma, I feel like it's something they've actually considered.
I think fans would love this.
I mean, definitely R-rated. Like that would, because I mean, they're older now. Like, why couldn't it be R-rated?
And their audience has probably grown up with them. I also want to note the whole time you were reading while there was photos on the screen, you were twirling your hair.
I do that so my hair doesn't get caught in the microphone.
Like that. That's what she was doing.
Do I look like Pippi Longstocking?
Yeah.
You know? I just do that so that my hair doesn't get caught in the mic. Gosh, Rylan, way to lift the veil.
Time to go.
I'm gonna ask kind of a serious question today. I know this Pepsi ad has everybody shook, but what do you say? Do you think it's so controversial? Do you think Pepsi's in the wrong here? Do you think that people are overreacting? Online, let us know what you think.
And then on a lighter note, I do want to know what you think about Taylor's new album. Do you think it will be country, or do you think it will be pop, or do you think it will be a mixture of both?
I just want it to be good. I don't care what it sounds like, as long as it's good, Taylor.
I agree.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We will be back here tomorrow. For more, click love to see Kylie lip sync to Tyga's songs despite their split.
Or right to see Selena Gomez reveal that her depression is a daily struggle.
Thanks again to NHTSA for reminding us that if you're texting, you are not driving, and for sponsoring today's episode.